Welcome to another week in my garden. I'm just having a cup of tea under the grape canopy. It's never going to crop this lot, so on the long runs up here I'll take groups that are not doing so well and cut them out. The grapes that are left will thin down. I'll show you in a minute how I thin them. But there's a lot. It's been an exceptionally good year. I think we'll have a job to keep the wasps off when they start ripening this lot. But obviously for this one will have to put one's glasses on. I'll probably cut my finger. Right, I haven't got any proper grape secateurs or anything like that, so I'm using a fine pair of scissors that I've really sharpened up so we can snip the ends. Now, as you can see, this one, I've done that one. I've done some to show you what they're like when they're finished. It's quite a long job. This one I've nearly done. I've just got that branch to do on it. So I'll do this and then we'll do one of these down here to show you. I'm trying to bend the leaves around them as well, so it exposes them to a bit of light. So this is what I do. See all these little tiny ones, I just snip those off. It's quite a long job. I think they're at the stage where they're what they call seed setting, so we'll just go down. See, this one's got a bit of a bump on it. Look, I don't like that. That can come off. The thing is, let them fall and then sweep up afterwards. That's quite a long job, so it'll take a minute to. Any of the little tiny ones that's not going to do anything, I remove. And then it gives the chance for the others to really fill up, and they'll fill these up as they swell. And so the biggest job will be the birds and the bees that we'll have to keep off. Done the bottom bit, just the top bit to do. Look, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just removing the smaller ones. Some people use a stick to hold them apart. That's what you're really supposed to do. I do it, especially with my big hand. Another one here with a bump on. Look, I don't like that. Take that off. Just steadily work your way along them. Just show you this one down here. This here, look. You see this? That's not really going to make anything. This one, it's not going to make anything, so we take that off. So that's as you can see, these I've done, and I've exposed them a bit. I try to bend the leaves. I don't want to be cutting the plant up too much. And so there's a fair bit still to do on this one. So it looks something like that when it's done. There's a lot to do, as you can see, and then we'll have to put some sort of crop protection on them as we do it. As for these, what I should do, looking down them, here's a good example. Look, I'll take this weakest one and take that off. There's another little bit up there. Look, we'll take that off as well. And then I'll just thin them as they swell a little bit. That's not very good. Then I'll just thin them. Then I'll probably keep that one and take these out so it thins them. But that's the grapes, that's the way I should do it. You see here, look, if I'm going to keep that one and that one, I don't really want this one, so we'll take that one out. All these, no good now, they'll go in compost heap. Right, while we're at the shed, my wife has come across this mint that she likes. The best smelling mint that she's had for a while, and it's good for her in the kitchen. So I said, if you give me some, I'll take them as cuttings. So we'll use the scissors. I haven't got a knife here, so we'll just, now mint or root easily anyway, but we'll have to take some leaves off. Those leaves will flop, look, so let's take them off as well. Well, we got, the scissors are very sharp, so. And she'll have the mint that she likes then, won't she? But I know it's cheap enough to buy, but if you get one that's nice, then by all means propagate. There you are. I'll do another one for you so you can see how it's done. Quite simple mint. It does smell nice as well, I can show you. It's going to be a nice one. We just take the top out. These leaves, because they will flop. scissors aren't quite long enough to go across. Look. We'll take that off. And that off. That off. And that. We'll just trim that bottom. Good job it's only mint. If it had been an important shrub, we wouldn't be able to do that. And then into there, if I put 3 and then I pop them up as 3, as you notice we didn't put any hormone treatment on this because these will root very quickly. We could have done it like we did the roses, just dropping them into water, but the roots tend to be a bit brittle on the mint, so but they'll be fine. I should put them under one of the little cloches. Right, we're just on our way down the garden for some other chores you can get done. It is nice under this canopy. Gives you the feeling that you're in France or Spain or somewhere with all these grapes hanging. Quite like it. I recommend it. Here we are back of the shed. This is the north side of the shed where we've got the morello cherry. Now I've tied it in. I've put new wires on this year and tied it in where I want it. Now I just have to take off the side shoots and then give it a good mulching, and that's it for this year with this one. I've put a bit of board down to stand on. So we go from the top. I'm letting that one go up as a lead so I can take the 2 off. This one will go onto there. That one's on there nicely. So if we come along the next one, this one here, we take that off and take that off. Just taking them back to 1, maybe 2 buds. These are alright, that's alright. You take that off. There's 2 buds there, look. Again, bud. We just take that one back a fraction. That one's alright. You can see it, that's the growth I want to go along, so this one we take out. This will make the same with the apples. This will make the flowering spur, the flowering and fruiting spurs for next year. You see, if we cut it back. But there'll be no serious winter pruning to do on this one because it's only a young tree, if you remember, and so we'll just lightly go over it. Right, we'll do the other side now. Again, just look along. There won't be a lot of growth on them. There, look, we don't need all of that, so we take it back to that bud there. This one, 2 buds on that one. There's one here sneaking back, look, we'll take that one as well. This one, we'll take it to there. This one again quite long, look, we'll take that one. And that, I think that will do for now. As soon as we've got this little primrose job we're going to do here, and I'll give it a good mulch and make sure it's watered well. Cropped quite well this year. While I'm here, there's another little job that I do this time of year. And if you can remember when you put your primroses and your polyanthes in for the winter, well, when we come to spring, I always lift them and put them in this little sheltered border at the back of the shed. And now this time of year, as you see, they're still trying to flower, but what to do, I lift them, I split them and I replant them, as you can see there. They're all nice new plants for this winter again. So I'll show you what to do. These will be for the containers around the house and a few in the front garden there. Now you can see it's quite a, this is when you bought them in pots and you finish up with this, so I'm not going to put them back in pots. I'm going to put them in the ground to get a better root system. I'll show you what to do. So that's how it's come out. Let's pop it on this board. So what we do, go around the sides, take all this dead stuff, any leaves like that that are damaged, just pull them off. You see there's a bit of a mess inside. Let's take that out while we're here. We will be taking some more off in a minute, but if we just take this out so we can see what we're doing inside there. You can see I've basically cleaned the bottom out of it so we can see what we're doing. Now this has got to be broken, so do it with your hands, loosen it all up. This is the old root ball that was in the pot. Right, just keep shaking it and twisting, and then get your fingers in between like that, you see, and just pull apart. Just keep working it, it'll come. There you are. So now we have 2. So we take this one again, loosen the root ball a bit with your finger. Look at that tape, look, we don't want that in there. Loosen it with your fingers a bit. It's a bit of a messy job, but well worth it. And then again, there's the split lock, you see. And we just keep working it. Now this one, again, keep separate them and then work them apart. You see, just gently. And everyone's well rooted, look. So let's see what we get, and then we'll clean them up afterwards and then get them planted in this border. Again, loosen the root ball. And then start easing, pulling and twisting. There you go, another one. And with the looks of that, that's only one left, look, so we've added that. Now we go round, take all the bad rubbishy leaves off. Don't want those on, do we? And clean them right off. Don't leave little stumps, look, take them right off, clean them out. And then let's see how many we've got out of this. That's one, right, look at this, look, I'll take that off, and that. I'll take that one off, look, it's been eaten anyway. Then go this one. If you have a lot of foliage on them, as you plant them, they'll suffer anyway because they'll never support that amount of foliage. So take that off. You see any flower heads coming up like that, just snip that, we don't want them just yet. Another one there, look, we missed that one. Can you see it? Just snip that out. And again, look, we missed that one, that's a big one. If they try and flower now, it'll just weaken the plant, and there's a chance it won't make a decent plant ready for autumn when we put them out. In there, there's the flower. Seems a bit cruel, but the plant will survive better. Again, look at this mess here, I'll have to clean that up. 2 bad leaves there, look, let's have them off. There you go, so out of that one we've now got 5 good plants. Now what I do, we'll put them in this little border, that like a reserve border. It's on the north side, so it's nice and cool. What I do want to do though, I don't want to go any further up than that because that will be mulched. We'll start here, look. It's stony old land, but it'll do for these. No big distance apart, just pop them in. And we'll be moving them again soon when they're more established, and they'll move a lot better because they haven't got that big root ball. We'll put another row here. Just pop them in. This will go on until we've finished all these and they're all lined out. The other thing to remember is keep them well watered. We'll move on to the strawberry bed where we're going to do a little bit of propagation on there. So I'll water this and I'll see you in the strawberry bed. I just wanted to show you how to layer your strawberries. Now if you want to propagate your strawberries, this is how you do it. If you just look round, you'll see no end of these. These are all over the place. So we'll look for a good one like that, right? And what we do, I put a pot down. It's easier to do it this way. And it's very, very gritty compost, like the one we use for cuttings, perhaps a little bit grittier than that because it has to be quite heavy to stand the wind, etc. down here. There's what we're going to use. I make a little hole with my finger, I put that in and just push them like that either side, and I've got a stainless steel pin and just drop that in. That is literally it. Now while I'm going past with the watering can for the next few days, I'll just give them a drink. So that's basically how you layer a strawberry plant into a pot. And right, next thing I'm going to do, pick some of the climbing French beans, which as they come through in greater numbers, we'll freeze them, blanch them, freeze them down ready for the winter use, boiling off them, and they are very, very nice. Right, as you can see, I've took a few of the beans. That's the ideal size for us. They're lovely. I'll just pop them in here with the others. There's the French beans we got for, so we'll use a few in the house, and the rest will probably go for blanching and freezing. The outdoor tomatoes, now these are the ones we grow out here down the garden. They're on the long beds. Right, these outdoor tomatoes that we grow, now these go up to the house and my wife will skin them, cook them with herbs and basil, all nice things. What she puts in them, I don't know. What we do is when we're having breakfast, we have some out the freezer, put some nice fresh eggs with them and some bacon, and they're absolutely beautiful. Now the tomatoes that we grow in the greenhouse, they're more for table use, where down the garden here we use these for the cooking side. Okay, now these are the courgettes we're getting far too many now. This I'm going to reduce the number of plants down there because the wife said she's got enough in the freezers now. I'll just keep a few down there because I've got one or two friends who like to use them, so I'll keep maybe 3 or 4 plants just going to keep those supplied. But as for us, we've now finished with the courgettes. We might have an odd one fried up with the breakfast with the tomatoes and the bacon and the fresh eggs, probably tomorrow. But the courgettes we've done rather well, probably with it being a wet year, but it's time to take some out. We don't I've already taken them out the boxes at the greenhouse because there's producing far too many. Okay, so we'll go down. I'll show you some onions that I've lifted now, and then we'll make our way down because we've got a problem with the apple tree we need to look into. Okay, right, these are a few onions that I left in. They did go in a bit later than the others. The others are in the shed nearly dry, ready for tying, but I've lifted these and we'll get a bit of, hopefully we'll get a bit of sunshine on them, and if they do some sunbathing for a day or so, or even more if we can, they store better when they've been in the sun for a bit. So we'll leave those as long as we can. If I know there's some rain coming, then I'll have to get them in. This is the winter brassicas we put in. The kale's pulling away nicely. This will be the new brassica bed for next year. So they're all nicely in. There's loads more still coming, so I didn't put too many in. And I'm just, as you can see, I'm just started watering them, making sure they have a drink for the day. They get a bit dry in there this time of year. Kale seems to grow anywhere. So, right, the courgettes, I've taken 3 or 4 out already. I've got 3 left here and 4 left down there. Right, let's have a look at this apple tree. I can see the problem is branches, 2 branches actually are on the floor, so I'll get down and have a look, see what the problem is. I think you can see there the problem is there's too much fruit on there. How we missed this one, I don't know. I don't know how this was missed. This should have been thinned a while ago. I blame the camera person for not pointing it out. But we'll take some off anyway. I got a pair of scissors here, so. And then we'll prop it. Far too many on that, look. Just keep picking the smallest one. In fact, that one's got a mark on it, look there, so we'll take that one. Now then, you see that will hold above the ground a bit now. We'll take that one as well, look, because that's weighing that down a bit. Another one here, can you see it? You just, to protect all those, and I don't want them on the floor, because to protect 2 of those, look. It's much of a muchness which one we take, but we'll take that one. There you are, and it's not quite so far down. What I have are these branches that I cut come out the beech edge actually when I top the beech off. They look a bit like stag's horns, but they're useful for just propping any branch that drags on the floor. Another one here that I kept, and they don't really need it now, but we'll do it anyway just to give them a bit of support. Just push them in a little bit, just stop them swinging about, and that'll be fine. You can also see there's quite a few shoots there, look, coming up. So I've pulled them out best I can. Better pull them one at a time, I think, and chop them out. That's it. It's no good cutting them, you need to pull them out as you can. We've sorted the apple out now. Corrected the mistake that we made earlier. It was missed, so, but it's done now, so it's no problem. But as you can see, the apple tree looks very, very well. Very well indeed. I'm well pleased with that. It is more of a lax tree than anything. The weight of the fruit does tend to bring it down a bit, but also makes it very easy for picking the fruit. Cast your eye on the pumpkins that are beginning to spread now. I'll show you them now, and I'll show you them in a week or so when this will be absolutely covered. As you can see, look, we will have pumpkins. There's pumpkins coming on them already. These will love it to be nice and wet, and they'll grow like mad. But we will get them even though we lost the first lot, so we're okay. Come on. Come on, you. Aren't you coming up today? Hey, come on. There you go. Right, I've got work to do. Hello everyone. Friday again today. Week's flown by again. The weather's holding nice, so we'll be fine. Good weekend, I think, this one. Just picked these are on the way to the house. You can see all the different varieties, make it look very nice on the table. So that'll go in the house in a moment. I just thought I'd sit in the shade while I'm doing my next crop rotation. Now the year is coming to a close with the last of the crops coming through. I now have to prepare the ground for the beginning of next year's crops on the rotation. So I brought the board up, and I'll alter the board so as the ground becomes available I will prepare that for next year's. It saves rushing about in the spring trying to get all done. Brassicas, they're in their new bed, and it was prepared for them. So I keep everything we've planted wrote down in my book. Tells me all what I've planted. I also put in the results of the growing, any problems I had growing them, so next year I can change my seed, perhaps have a different variety or another hybrid or something. But that's all in the book. I'll do that over the weekend. Well, this weekend is the Olympic Games, so some of you will be, well, I hope everybody will be watching it. We actually went to the games when they were in London, thoroughly enjoyed it. If it ever came back so we could get to see them again, I would go, no hesitation. I really enjoyed the day. It's weekend again, so this will be it for this week. Enjoy your Olympics, and don't forget to do a bit of gardening in between. Okay, bye now.